Alright guys, here it is, the least superpower Gundam in all Gundamdom. It is the high grade Universal Century Ground Gundam here, and this is a pretty cool kit. The high grade Universal Century Ground Gundam came out many years ago, but this is essentially what is a kind of revived version of that. It's a new version of it, and it's definitely an improvement. I've actually never built the original one, and I can't imagine really wanting to, because now we have this. Fortunately, the Master Grade, while the Master Grade is also still pretty old, I think the Master Grade still holds up pretty well. But I think the high grade definitely has undergone some very, very great improvements here for this kit, and it's pretty awesome. If you guys have ever built the Ground GM, which came out last year, it's very similar. I was actually surprised in the unboxing that there's very little of that kit actually in here, but it's kind of all the important parts, most of the joint parts. Those are the parts that are going to allow for that really nice articulation and movement everywhere, that nice engineering kind of between all the armor and everything else. Also, I think this kit also improves on the Ground GM in the fact that it has better color separation. There's very few stickers on this kit, and that's pretty nice. Where the Ground GM, I think, kind of the most common complaint where on that Ground GM was such a nice kit overall. The most common complaint was that it had a sticker around the vents on the chest. In this case, we have separate parts, so we don't have to worry about that. Very nice. So, as always, a huge thank you to USA Gundam Store for supplying me with this kit to share with you guys. Do check out the link to their site down below. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10, save 10%. Let's get into looking at the Ground Gundam here. As you guys may probably know, I hope you guys know, 8th MS Team is one of my favorite Gundam series. It is amazing, and I think that's probably a fair amount of people who got into Gundam around the same time as I did when it premiered on Toonami in the States. The 8th MS Team was one of the shows that showed at that time, and so I think there's kind of probably a fair amount of people kind of in my age range that are big fans of the series. So it's really cool to see, obviously, the main mobile suit from that series getting a new kit. Alright, so let's talk about those stickers. We've got the sticker for the eyes, of course, sticker for the head camera on the front and on the back of the head. That's all pretty normal. We have these little triangle stickers for just little color app things here. One there on the backpack, one here on the side of each of the legs, and then one here on the front of the chest, on like the cockpit hatch. And then the last sticker here is just the little V, the little yellow bit on the crotch. Really would have been nice if that was a separate piece. That's pretty rare though, that we get that as a separate piece on a high grade. And that's all there is for stickers. So like I said, on the Ground Type GM, with this white bit here around the vent, sort of the similar aspect like that on the Ground GM, that was the sticker. In this case, that's a separate white part. So you have yellow part, white part, blue part, red part there, little white part there separate for the little Vulcan gun. Yep, there we go. And then that really dark gray in there. So you just have a lot of really nice color separation going on here in the chest. One thing to note too, actually, while I was removing the flags on the V-fin, I actually broke this side of the V-fin, so I had to glue that and sand it back down. It came out looking pretty good. It looks pretty even. I can see doesn't look exactly quite symmetrical. I can still see. You guys probably can't tell the difference, but just because of the fact that I did it, I can kind of see how it doesn't quite match up. But I think I did a pretty good job fixing that. As for seam lines, we do have one here on the top of the shoulder armor, one here going down the side of the forearm here. And then here too, over the top of the head, these bits on the side of the head are separate parts. So those fit on there to cover up the seam, but over the top part of the head, you do have a seam line there. Overall, pretty minimal, pretty manageable in terms of seams, nothing too bad for an HG. For articulation, the head will go up to there, very nice. Down to there, it's just kind of fine. I kind of actually wish that it would point down a little bit more. It's actually not pointed that far down. It kind of looks like it's just basically looking straight, but not too bad. Here in the waist section, we do have a very nice stomach crunch forward and back. Not really all that much back, but it does come forward really nicely. Side to side, yep, of course it's got that too, and then of course some rotation as well. At the shoulder, we've got the joint which will swing forward, giving you a nice reach forward. As for rotating up, it's really not going to be able to go up that far. That's kind of one disappointing bit about the articulation of this kit. That is as far as you can get the arm vertically, which is not very great. Otherwise, the arm works pretty normally, just rotation there at the top. Nice double joint here in the elbow to give you a nice full bend, and then the wrist is just on a ball joint. As you can see, what we've got here on the kit at the moment is just these two holding hands. We do have a couple other hand options though. I'll go over those in a moment. As for the backpack, we'll go over that in a moment as well. Let's go around here to the front skirts. The front skirts come connected, but you can clip them in the middle. Separate those for individual articulation, no details or anything up underneath. That's just pretty standard high grade. Here on the side skirts will also move up a little bit as well. We have our extra ammo for the machine gun on here, which can be removed if you want. The back skirt doesn't move, and there's nothing really to that at all, so moving on. The hip joint will pivot side to side entirely like that. The legs can be brought out all the way to the side like so, no problems there. We've got rotation at the top of the leg, and then you can bring that all the way up forward to here, about 90 degrees, and then give the leg a nice full bend there, and with a double joint in the knee. Really like the separate gray part that goes in behind there and feeds out through to give you the little gray spikes there on the knee. Down here in the ankles, we've got movement side to side. There's a seam line on here as well. It's kind of hidden though, so I didn't really count that. The ankle can go plenty forward and back, no problems there at all. And then we do have a little bit of toe bend here. Only bends up though, it doesn't bend down at all. Up underneath the feet, pretty full detail. You do have a little bit of extra, just empty space there. The ankle armor will also move up and down with some nice like kind of piston detail up inside there as well. On the side of the leg, you can open up this hatch here, and then that is where you've got your beam saber handle stored in there. You can kind of set it so it's kind of posed open like so, but otherwise you just pull out your beam saber handle, and then you're able to hold that in the hand, of course. So that'd be a good segue into the different accessories and things we've got with the kit. We've got our two beam saber effect parts for the two handles stored in the left and the right leg. We've got an open expressive hand here for the left side, unfortunately only for the left side, but still it's better than nothing, I suppose. We've just got this standard machine gun here. It's just the same thing we've seen with the Ground GM as well as the Blue Destiny and other kits. So the stock folds back, secondary handle folds forward. We have the extra ammo clip on the front, which can be removed, same as the ones there on the side skirts. Then we've got this shield, which you'll notice I got a little bit creative with the stickers here, and that is because you really don't have a lot to work with the stickers for this kit. Pretty much all you get is just numbers, so I wanted to get a little bit more creative with it. So I actually just used the 5, 7, and this was I think the 6. I just cut off the top of that to make like a smaller O, and this other part is all just from the marking down here. The marking for the stickers is just Gundam Ground Type there in English, and then Ground Type Gundam there in Japanese as well. So just a kind of example of how you can get a little bit more creative with the stickers when Bennett doesn't really give you much to work with. I think that came out looking pretty cool. Here on the back, you can see we've got a little kickstand for the shield, so when it's not connected onto the arm, you can have it just standing up on the ground like so. You can recreate the kind of pose where he's firing the cannon over the shield, and then also when this connects onto the arm, you can swing this forward to have the shield as sort of like a lunging kind of melee weapon there. Very simple, just plugs onto the arm like that. It feels a little bit loose though. It does kind of tend to fall off very easily without very much force to pull that off there, so do be careful with that. And then we've got our beam rifle, very cool. I always loved the design of the beam rifle, the 8th MS team kind of ground Gundam version of the beam rifle. It's quite interesting. And then we have a trigger finger hand specifically for this. The only thing is that the gray of that trigger finger hand doesn't match the gray of everything else on the kit. So there, side by side, you can see it's not really going to be that easy to tell, but it's definitely a much darker gray for that. So when you're using that trigger finger hand, the color of that hand won't match the gray everywhere else around the kit. So that might bother you, might not, but just letting you guys know. We do also have a sticker here for the camera for this there. And the last thing here, of course, is the container box for the backpack. And inside here, when we open this up, you can see there is our 180mm cannon, all broken down and stored inside the backpack. Very cool. It separates into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pieces. To carry this on the back, we can just fold this part down and pull that down, fold these up like so, and then this will just slide into place there, and you can kind of just lock that in. And there you go. Now he's carrying his big luggage on his back. I think it's a pretty cool thing that they did that. I know the HGUC Easy 8 didn't have that, and that was kind of disappointing. The Easy 8 came with the parachute pack, I believe, and that's pretty cool as well, I guess, but I'll have to make sure if this will be able to work on the Easy 8. But anyway, I'm trying to see if it will stand with the backpack on. I think the backpack will definitely make it more back heavy, but it looks like you can get it to stand just straight up. It's gonna be a little bit wonky. It's kind of a little bit leaning forward there, but you can get it to stand with the backpack on. I can definitely feel it's a little bit back heavy though. So speaking of the gym, you might also be wondering, are you able to use the Ground Type's backpack with the Ground Type gym? And yes, you are. So that backpack just fits onto the Ground Type gym. No problems there. Very cool. I like that. These are the kind of kits that definitely make you want to buy a few of them for mixing and matching the parts and things like this to make a pretty cool set of them. So while I think you don't necessarily need an action base, you could change up the pose into plenty of different ways to get it to be able to stand without falling over while carrying the container on its backpack. But just to make it easier on myself, I wanted to just kind of throw it up on an action base while having the container on his back, because it's definitely heavy while you've got this stuff in there. Of course, another option too, you could just take out the 180mm cannon on that, and then that would obviously make that weigh much less. Then you probably wouldn't have as much in the way of weight issues there. But you may also be wondering if you can store any of the other weapons in the backpack. You can, I guess, if you just kind of throw them in there randomly, but it's only really made to carry the 180mm cannon. So you can't really like there's a special connection part in there like for all of the parts for that. But the other weapons, I guess, like if you wanted to put the beam rifle, you might have to break it down, just like pull off the barrel part. And then the machine gun, you could throw those in there. They just would be like just like floating in there. So that is definitely an option if you do plan on like having it using 180mm cannon and you want somewhere to store the extra accessories. You can just throw them in the container. That would work, surely. So like I said, I think getting a few of these together, the Ground Gundam, the Ground GM, the EZ8s, others from the series in HG, getting them all together in some cool poses will definitely be really fun. And the kits are all relatively affordable, like 1,700 yen for those. So without breaking the bank, you can get a few of these kits and be able to do some really cool stuff with them. So here we have, of course, one of the most iconic poses of this Gundam with it firing the cannon over the shield like that. It's featured on the box art, it's featured in the manual, and it's not the easiest thing to... It can definitely do the pose. It takes a little bit of work to get into the pose, and you guys can probably do it better than me with a little bit more finesse, but I tried my best anyway. You guys get the idea. It can do the pose quite well. The other thing that I want to point out, though, is that one thing that is a little bit unfortunate about the container box is that you can't have it open and resting flat at the same time. Like with the Master Grade, the bottom door kind of slides up on a little track there at the end so that you can have it actually just resting flat on the ground and have it open like this. This one unfortunately doesn't do that. If you remember from the unboxing, the container box is actually the exact same parts carried over from the old HGUC case. So those parts aren't actually new for this kit. Those are the only parts that aren't new in this case, or at least aren't recent. So if you did have some display or diorama or something in mind with the container box being open like that, you will have to modify that or something in some way to get the door so that it's not holding it up at an angle like that. You'll have to modify that. So in conclusion, guys, this is just a great solid HG kit, really nice color separation there, plenty of different weapon options and different accessories to have with this kit. Not very much in the way of stickers if that's something that you care about, but yeah, I mean, that's not really much in the way of like marking stickers if that's something that you care about, but of course you can use not really much in the way of marking stickers if that's something that you care about, but also on the other hand, foil stickers is also quite low, so that's also a good thing. One thing I often like to consider is what I think the kit maybe should have included or what I would have liked to have seen in the kit that was not included with it ultimately. And honestly, I can't really think of anything that I really would have wished that was included with this kit that wasn't included. So that to me makes for a really good kit. So if you want a nice 1/44 scale HD version of the Ground Gundam, I think Bandai delivered a really good solid kit here for you. So that should pretty much do it. Though if you guys do still have any other further questions or comments, do feel free to leave those down below as always, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you once again to USA Gundam Store, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
But wait, there's one more thing. Now that we've seen this, we also need to see this. And we also need to see this. So stay tuned for those reviews coming in the near future. Goodbye.
Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you want to check the kit out for yourself, you can head over to USA Gundam Store. Use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Save yourself 10%. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.